Hi there and welcome to The Global Good. I'm your host Shelley Steeves, here to tell you that there are plenty of heartwarming stories right across the country to make you smile. And it just seems fitting to start with a story this week about the Toronto Raptors' big historic win. Now, while hundreds of thousands of Canadians across the country were celebrating the big game, it was a heartbreaking moment for a teen from Moncton who suffered a terrible loss. But a little girl with a raptor-sized heart showed us that she too is a good sport. While hundreds of thousands of screaming fans were celebrating the Raptors' big win right across the country,
we tore it out of their hands! It's coming home! It's coming home to the north!
14-year-old Will Allen of Moncton, watching the game from his couch, was cheering right along with them.
It was awesome. I'm so glad they won.
But his happiness quickly turned to heartbreak when he walked outside to shoot a few hoops to celebrate, only to discover that someone had stolen his basketball net during the big game, no less. How did that make you feel?
Upset, mad.
His mom, a single mother, can't afford to buy a new net. But even worse, it was the net he used to play with his 2-year-old baby sister, seen here in this video, chasing around her dribbling big brother.
She doesn't really understand, but still fun.
But shooting hoops in the street now, with no net? Not so much. The concrete blocks on the ground that held up his net, a reminder that on the biggest night in basketball history in Canada, someone did something very un-Canadian. But Will is taking the loss like a champ himself.
Mad, but at the same time, I guess they'll have a basketball net to play on now.
Well, an attitude like that deserves a reward, thought 9-year-old Kaylee Clark. Hearing about those nasty Canucks who stole Will's net, she offered up her own net as a replacement.
She got this for her birthday last year, and we have a basketball net across the street, so she figured she'd give it to Will as a gift.
And in the end, it was a big win, not just for the Raptors, but for this Canadian team too. What a selfless little girl, eh? Now on to a Regina family who added some color to their neighborhood by creating a place where kids can showcase their creativity. Haley Miller now with the story.
Blue, pink, and purple.
Using her favorite colors, 5-year-old Isla loves to draw whatever triggers her young imagination.
I'm drawing a kitty.
But with all that childhood creativity running through her fingertips, her parents were quickly running out of places to display her whimsical work.
We have a wall full of art in our house as well as our porch has artwork.
That had Isla's family thinking outside the box. That is, outside the 4 walls of their cathedral area home.
Fences are generally to keep people out and keep privacy, but we wanted to kind of make it more welcoming.
So they turned their property fence into this outdoor art gallery. But it's not only Isla's work on display.
I draw a picture of a beehive. It's just a bunch of spirally things with a cat and a heart.
It's now a gallery made up of artwork from dozens of neighborhood kids, a place where their youthful wonder shines for everyone to see.
Things kids create is important for us to all notice and take in. I think they offer something different and unique.
We live really close, so we see people walking by all the time and stopping and looking and smiling and admiring. Does anyone know which one that one is?
Every picture is completely different and kind of brightens up your day.
Now to a group of creative kids in Riverview, New Brunswick, who hauled out their colored pencils to make people without a home smile. Watching a group of kids coloring in an after-school daycare looks pretty ordinary, right? But what these New Brunswick kids are coloring for is actually quite extraordinary.
It's just really nice because it makes a lot of people feel good.
After donating potatoes to a local soup kitchen called the Humanity Project in Moncton, the kids decided that people struggling with poverty and homelessness just might need a little pick-me-up. So they did what kids do and got creative. They started making brightly colored placemats to lay on the tables in the soup kitchen dining area, each one with messages of hope and inspiration.
Motivational quotes, things that will pick up their day, be the smile in someone's day, look over the rainbow, don't give up, there's always hope. things like that. Things that really came from their hearts and quotes that they have chosen.
Because sometimes if you're going through a hard time, it kind of helps, I guess, yeah.
The kids come up with the messages themselves and have spent hours as a group coloring each placemat.
Look under your plate.
Under my plate.
Yeah.
Reaction from the very people they aim to encourage.
You rock.
They inspired everybody. And when we come in that night and our places were laid out, I was right on.
Until this project, many of the kids didn't consider what it might be like to be homeless. Now they feel a sense of empathy for those who may be struggling to find food and shelter.
I really think it's important for the children to see what's going on in their own communities as well as globally. And I think it's really important for them to have the satisfaction and the recognition of giving back and feeling really good about who they are as people as well.
As much as the meals served here are filling bellies, the placemats of hope are now filling hearts too. Yet another example of some big-hearted Canadian kids. From kids now to fur babies who made an interesting home for themselves in a backyard in North Edmonton. Meet the Sikora family, shocked to discover a half a dozen coyote pups had turned their backyard deck into a safe haven.
We're sitting at the kitchen table, me and my daughter, and saw the coyote walk into the yard with what looked like something in her mouth. And I'm going like, oh great, she's got a rabbit. She put it down and, well, said rabbit really started bouncing around and, oh God, it's a little puppy.
6, in fact, little furry bundles were living underneath their deck in the backyard. The city unable to step in and relocate the family because they're living in a natural habitat. The family decided to let the other family of adorable little squatters stay.
It's a break in my day. It makes me kind of smile.
Now, if Mom shows any sign that she or her pups feel threatened, the family has a plan to spray a little wolf pee in the yard, and no doubt protective Mama will scoop up her little family and vacate the premises. But until then, Mom and babies are being left alone, getting free reign of the yard to use as their very own coyote daycare. I don't know about you, but I think they should name one of those pups Wiley. Now, if you have any adorable or inspiring story ideas, go on, send them on in. And don't forget to leave your comments. We'd love to know what you think of the show. And please don't forget, click the like and the share button and help us spread some smiles. After all, it's for the global good. Keep smiling.